Dobrodošli zopet z nami v naši oddaji Svetujemo. Za današnjo oddajo smo se še malo bolj zbližali z mediji, saj smo se tokrat poglobili v to, kakšen vpliv imajo le-ti na nas mlade. S celotno ekipo VTV-ja smo bili na izmenjavi v Varaždinu, kjer smo s tamkajšnjimi dijaki primerjali njihove in naše izkušnje z mediji. Pripravili so nam tudi kratek prispevek, kakšen je njihov pogled na medije. Pa si poglejmo.
Hrvaški mediji so znani po svoji kakovosti, pa tudi številčnosti, zato ni čudno, da Slovenci še danes radi preklopimo na kakšen televizijski ali radijski hrvaški program. Tudi na področju tiska se lahko slovenski novinarji marsikaj naučijo od svojih sosedov. Ko pa govorimo o vplivu medijev na naše življenja, najdemo veliko podobnosti.
Pa utjecaj medija je definitivno sve veći i sve jači. Nažalost, u jednom segmentu mediji mogu u velikoj mjeri i kreirati načine razmišljanja, ponašanja, pa čak i nekakve događaje. To evo, možemo gledati iz dana u dan širom svijeta, pa ovdje i kod nas u Hrvatskoj. Mediji su postali kreator, dakle, društvenog življenja i u svakom slučaju tim je veća odgovornost na ljudima koji rade u medijima da vode računa i o tome da ponekad mogu sa nekim svojim činjenjima ili nečinjenjima utjecati na ljude i pojave oko sebe.
Kaj pa mladi? Ti so zagotovo najbolj občutljiva publika, ki pogosto še ne pozna kritičnega razmišljanja, zato je pri njih nevarnost toliko večja.
Ali mladi su ti koji ipak trebaju odlučiti koje informacije jesu njima interesantne, kojima trebaju recimo vjerovati, ali prvenstveno koje utječu na njihov život. Naravno, tu treba vidjeti da li je to politika, da li je to društveni život, ali mislim da bi mladi trebali, kompletno gledajući, biti više zainteresirani za teme u današnjem društvu.
Mislim da mediji danas ne utječu baš previše. Mislim da više utječe internet na mlade nego opće tiskane medije ili televizija. S obzirom da su preko interneta stvarno izloženi svemu i svačemu i o njima ovisi kako će to prihvatiti ili neće prihvatiti što se vidi.
Mediji so torej tukaj, svojim manjšim ali večjim vplivom. Na mladih pa je, da med poplavo informacij najdejo tiste prave in s pomočjo staršev ter učiteljev razvijajo kritično mišljenje.
Kot smo videli, so dijaki obiskali njihovo Varaždin televizijo, mi pa smo obiskali časopisno hišo Celjan in se še pri njih pozanimali, kako pa oni delujejo kot mediji oziroma kaj menijo, kako s svojimi zgodbami delujejo na mlade.
Medijska hiša Celjan je ena večjih medijskih hiš v celjski regiji. Njihova produkcija zajema 5 časopisov in eno radijsko postajo, Radio Rogla. Njihov cilj je, da svojim delovanjem zajemajo vsa lokalna območja.
Se pravi, naša uredništva posameznih časopisov imajo uredništva v krajih na Štajerskem in na tistem območju lokalno pokrivamo skoraj, da lahko rečemo, vse dogodke.
Da pa jim to uspeva, imajo zaposlenih od 80 do 90 ljudi, z njimi pa sodelujejo tudi zunanji in honorarni delavci. Namen našega obiska pa je bil, da bi izvedeli, kako svojim delovanjem vplivajo na mlade.
Ja, mladi so zelo pomemben člen tudi pri naših medijih oziroma v naših medijih, posvečamo jim precej pozornosti. Tako imamo v vseh časopisih posebno stran, kjer lahko mladi predstavljajo svoje aktivnosti, bodi si po šolah, bodi si aktivnosti, ki jih počnejo v svojem prostem času. Se pa zavedamo, da vse več mladih stavi na te novodobne medije, če tako rečem, internet, socialna omrežja, družbena omrežja. Zato seveda tudi mi širimo to ponudbo in na internetu, in prek Facebookov, Twitterjev in tako naprej. Se pravi, da neko vsebino ponudimo mladim tudi prek teh kanalov. Ne?
Urednik Celjana pa nam je povedal, da niso samo mediji tisti, ki imajo učinek na mlade, ampak tudi mladi zelo vplivajo na medije.
So mladi sigurno pomemben, tudi naš kader, denimo je precej mlad, naprimer imamo nekaj starejših, ki so pač zelo dobri na svojem področju, pa tudi mlade, ki so pa na svojem področju. Ne? Mladi so sigurno nekoliko hitrejši in tudi mladega si lahko po svoje vzgojišče, tako rečem, kot pa nekoga, ki recimo je že vzgojen, če tako rečem. Ne? Tako da sigurno imajo mladi veliko vpliv tudi na posamezni mediji, če se seveda samo mediji zna tega zavedati.
Odpravili smo se tudi po mestu, da bi ugotovili, kako pa naključni mimoidoči vidijo vpliv medijev na mlade.
Jaz v bistvu nisem videl, da bi na nek način ful nazaj vplivali na medije. Bolj to delajo osebe, ki imajo nek družbeni status oziroma se prepoznane, se potem mediji po njih ravnajo. Ne? Sami mladi pa redko.
Ne vem, mislim, da pač ljudje nasplošno, ne samo mladi, poskušamo posnemati tisto, kar vidimo v medijih. tako da mislim, da vpliv ni najboljši.
Bom rekla, predvsem negativno se mi zdi mogoče pri dekletih, ne vem, na nek tak način. Morate biti vitke, mogoče tudi delno pol v nezdravi prehrani, ne, in dekleta se kar hiter pol, bom rekla, vidijo v tem, ne. To je mogoče kar negativno, ne. Pozitivno pa recimo, bom rekla, predvsem takrat, kadar so kakšne take fajne teme, da se tudi lahko mladi kaj naučite iz tega, ne.
S tem predvsem, ne vem, to mislim na fotografije, pa na teh manekenk, pa to, ki vplivajo pa na kako samo podobo imajo, predvsem deklice v sebi, tako.
Mladi, ja, vsekakor. Recimo kot obiskovalci internetnih strani, Facebooka, Twitterja, lahko kar precej vplivajo, ne?
Lahko bi rekli v določeni meri pozitivno, dosti krat, če gre preko vseh razumnih meja, se kažejo pa tudi negativni vplivi, ne, dosegati nek ideal za vsako ceno, ne, in tudi škodo svojega zdravja, recimo.
V prispevkih smo videli primere slovenskih in hrvaških medijev, naš naslednji gost pa nam bo približal še vpliv ameriških medijev. Z nami v studiu je že naš naslednji gost Christopher Wurst, vodja oddelka za stike z javnostmi na ameriškem veleposlaništvu v Ljubljani. Hello, Mr. Christopher Wurst, and welcome to our talk show We Advise. As you already know, we will be talking about the influence of media on young people. We have been working on that topic with a school from Croatia. Therefore, we are very pleased to be hosting you today because we would like to hear your point of view. And this is my first question for you. We usually hear people talk about the negative influence of media on the young. What is your opinion about that? And what about their positive influence?
Thanks, Taya. Well, first, let me say that it's really good to be here. So it's a privilege. It's the first time that I've been on a school campus that had a studio, so this is exciting. No, I think you're right. I think a lot of times, and we talked about this earlier, that there is this perception that the media frequently gives bad news. And I was earlier saying that a lot of times the media is a business, and so they need to sell papers, they need to sell advertisements. And if they think people want bad news or news about crime or violence, then they will keep doing that if they think that that brings them money. I think that this can have a negative effect, and I think it's really important as a person who watches the news and looks at media to make sure that you make intelligent choices, that you go out and find things that are intelligent and help you understand the world better. As a former teacher, I always believe that it's essential for people to read and to read all kinds of different things, to get a wide viewpoint. And so I think with social media, I think with all of the news that's available to people and how easy it is to get news on your phone or through mobile devices, it's good that many people have the opportunity and young people have the opportunity, but young people need to be smart about what news that they select.
Yeah. In your opinion, what is the effect of media on young people's career choice?
Well, I think that oftentimes people make decisions based on things that they see in the movies or see on television and things like that. So I think when people are making career choices or making decisions about what they want to do, they need to maybe do a little bit more research beyond just what's in the media or use the media to do research. But the most important thing for people, for young people, is to do something that they feel good about doing and do something that's important to them.
Do you think that the youth today has a high influence of media? And if so, on what way?
Do I think that the youth themselves are influencing the media?
Yeah.
I do, very much so, because more and more it is the youth that are driving social media. And social media is the wave of the future for many, many different people. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was at the launch of a new product that will be a Slovenian product that will be sold in the United States. And they have two famous actors, Bill Murray and Mikhail Baryshnikov, the dancer, who are starring in their advertisements. But their advertisements are not even going to be on television or in the movie theaters. They're only going to be on YouTube. They're only social media. And I think that that is a way to to go after the youth, but I think the youth is very, very particular, and what young people are looking at and what young people are buying is changing the way people are doing business and changing the kind of programs and movies that people are making. So yes.
What can you say about the influence of all those shooting video games and movies on young people? Could this be the reason for all those shootings at school? Or is easy access to weapons the reason?
The video games themselves, I have to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of these kind of video games. I don't think that they have a positive effect overall in the long term. Mm-hmm. In the United States, I think that it is, in fact, access to guns that is probably our number one problem. And let me even go further. Let me be even though I'm a diplomat, let me be less than diplomatic in saying that we have a problem in the United States, that there are too many guns and there are too many people who can get their hands on guns. And when you don't have guns in your society, like Slovenia, for instance, you don't have so many violent crimes. It's really easy to figure out. And so I'm very happy that our president, Obama, is going to try and restrict how easy it is to get guns, because this is a huge problem. But I don't think video games or violent movies are particularly good.
Okay. And my last question for you, what do you think about media in Slovenia? Do you think we should improve?
Yes.
How?
I think that, first of all, I know a lot of journalists here in Slovenia, and you have a lot of very professional, very responsible, very talented people in the media here. I think that just as in the United States, however, people could do a better job. Some of the problems that I see are people who go out and they hear some rumors, for instance, and then they put them in the newspaper, or they put them on the news, or they put them on the internet, and it turns out that these rumors weren't true. And maybe if they would have worked one more day or 2 more days calling people and trying to figure these stories out, they would find out that the story was different than the one that they reported. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that people report this story, and then other media see the report in that paper, and then they start to report the story. And it becomes very lazy and very sloppy. And it happens in the United States, but I have to say that it happens in Slovenia a lot too.
Thank you for being our guest today, and I wish you all the best in the future.